Okay.
And my nonprofit is for kids.
Okay.
So it's not like a lot of kids running around wearing size 12.
I don't know, man. These kids these days, man, they're growing fast.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's great. Okay, so also let's talk about, you have the monetization. I like the play on the word right there. Pretty cool. What's that about? That seems like something that you, like you were saying, you shifted from running for the governor 2022. I think you were like, what, 10 in the top 10 of 30 in
top
that?
10, Yep.
That's pretty huge.
Yeah.
Okay, and so now you've shifted gears. That's behind you, right? You learned what you learned, which I'm sure was a lot. And now you're into this money ties, right? And so explain that a little bit.
So just to give you full context, I've always prided myself on being like people like Russell Simmons, the Jay-Z's, the Diddy's, and the reason why I name those individuals is because they're moguls. They do many different things.
All right.
So even though I was running for governor, that's not a job. That's a candidate. So I was always very active in other areas because my background is branding and also marketing. That's what I went to school for.
Nice.
So I was always a part of things already, having clothing lines and things of that nature. But Monetize is the creation and the brainchild of my good friend by the name of Terrell Samuels.
All right.
I came on board like 2 years ago because I just really loved the concept of it. But because of my political run and talking to thousands of families across this entire state, I realized this could be a tool and a vehicle for me to add value at the end of the day.
I see.
So if I could present using my platform, my voice, and my likeness to promote a product or a service or an app that could give you an extra $200 a month, that give you extra $2,000 a month, right? Whatever, because it's based upon your ambition.
I see.
I want to be a part of that. So Monetize is basically the Uber of the social entertainment space. We all heard of Uber before, right?
Yeah.
Uber is simply a platform that anybody with the right qualifications in regards to having a car, having a license, registration can plug into, and they essentially can make $100 a day, or they can make $1,000 a day.
However much they want to drive, or whatever area
they want to commit to it, right? So Monetize is essentially that from a social entertainment space. So you can be social. It's free to join. It's invite only though. And that's the beautiful thing about it, because you're now cultivating a real network that people that really want to follow you. But at the same time, if you want to watch or stream movies, if you want to rent movies, you can do that inside the app. We have all the top tier movies. You can listen to all the music, stream the music, or download.
This is an app that's live right now?
It's live right now.
How do you how do they find it?
So they can go to my Instagram at Major Williams, or follow me on Instagram at Monetize Major. If you follow me on Instagram at Monetize Major, the invite link is right there in the bio.
And spell the Monetize Major, because
so it's MONYTIZE.
There you go.
So it's Monetize Major. If you go to Monetize Major on Instagram, the link is in the actual bio. And it's something I think is going to be revolutionary. It's going to be great for charities, for churches, for colleges, for podcasts. So this is something that just creates additional revenue. I explained it to a restaurant owner. I said, have you ever made money from anyone who has never been into your restaurant? He said no. I say this actually gives you that ability. Imagine someone eating dinner and they join with the barcode that's right there. But then they go and tell 5 of their friends or 2 of their friends or whatever, and they start watching movies and streaming movies. You're getting a percentage of those royalties every single month. And they've never been to your place.
And everybody's watching movies all day long.
It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. So this is the first of its kind, which is why I'm really excited about it. It's kind of like the unicorn of apps right now.
Wow, that's really cool. So how did you get the app made? Did you make it, or you said it was kind of a break off of what?
No, so it was a collective idea, but it was the brainchild of Terrell Samuels. But he has an amazing tech team that he's working with. We have great cybersecurity attached to it. Some of the cybersecurity guys worked at Homeland Security as well. That's how tight and secure it is, because within the app there's an actual wallet. So all the funding that you're accumulating, you can see it in real time. You can track your entire network. It pays out in 15 different currencies, including Bitcoin and Ethereum. So it's an amazing tool for anyone to plug into, whether it's part-time.
So how many affiliates are involved right now?
So we have over 1 million users. So over the last, we launched September 1st. So September 1st, and we have an influx of 1 million new users on the platform right now. We have a 7-day trial that's going on right now with a lot of people. That's kind of like our gift for the new year. Because we want people to experience it, right? So they can just kind of go, and they can actually quick play it airplay to their televisions as well.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
So it's one of those great experiences when you're watching movies and listen to favorite songs and
so music and movies
and video games
and video games.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you that. I'm show you the Apple before we get out of here today.
Okay, so speaking that just like clicked in my mind, the video games thing. We were talking about music earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you get money? I'm sorry, music and video games. Well, this guy's making music for video games. He's been a producer, a rapper. Obviously with like we're talking about, the content has changed over the years. As me and music, with growth.
Right.
Of course, what's different in your mind and in your heart, comes out, and that's what you're talking about. So, music that you've done lately, rap. Have you done rap?
I have.
So what are you talking about? Like, what are your the topics of the music and the songs and stuff?
So I give you a perfect example. So I released 2 EPs last year. So one in February, one towards the end of. Well, I haven't released this one. So one is called God's Ammo.
Okay.
So that ideally lets you know a little bit about what that's about.
Very nice.
So I have a clothing brand just like this. It's called The Only Superstar is Jesus.
Oh, nice.
Right?
I like that.
So it's kind of a play on my faith.
I get it.
And it's meant to be motivational music.
Okay.
Which matches, once more branded, it matches the concept of the book I'm releasing called Majorvation.
Okay. And Major is his name. Remember, Major Williams. He's not. He comes from some people in your family who have been in the military. However, he's not in the military, but that's awesome, right? Because he's major. He's doing major things.
But even more context, I want to share this with you real quick.
Yeah.
The Major more so came a part of me being with No Limit. If you remember the concept of No Limit, it was a tank.
Yeah.
All word camouflage,
there you
whatever.
Go.
So in getting to music under their umbrella, I had to figure out what my name was.
I see.
And so it was MI. It was Major Impact.
Okay.
So that was the first name.
All right.
And that was only because that actually came from sports. My high school coach told some guys, like, when he gets in the game, he's a major impact.
Nice.
So guys used to mess with me all the time, but they kind of stuck. It was like, I'm going to be a major impact.
Yeah, so you actually changed your name to Major, right?
Yeah.
That's great.
So it's official. It's on my son's birth certificate.
Oh, nice. I love that. Okay, so going back to the music.
Yeah.
So you've already, you said, released 2 full albums?
So I released one. I have one that's ready. So I have one in the chamber. But like I said, I'm not nowhere near as aggressive with it as I was years ago.
Sure.
It's just kind of there. I'm not like actively promoting it every day. I'm not doing shows and things of that nature. It's just something that I did for me to just be creative.
And for the Lord, right? I mean, I'm sure you're in alignment probably with your beliefs and the Bible,
sure.
the Word.
And just be a motivational tool, because even during the election, the reason why I was able to connect from a variety of different parties, places, is because I had such a complex background. So I can go into Inglewood and I can have that conversation and have a relatable conversation because we're just at the park, just finished playing ball. Yeah. Right? And then we're sitting up here talking about some of my political aspirations and some of the things that needs to change in the community. Yeah. But because I've had the marketing background and the business acumen from being around the people that I've been blessed to be around, I can walk into the room with a multimillionaire or a billionaire and add value to the conversation based upon my track record and the things that I've done or even I've learned for myself.
That's great.
So I'm always going to be able to exist in any space conversation-wise and also add value.
So how can people find your music? How can we listen to you? I mean, are you on YouTube or any music?
I'm not.
Anything?
The only stuff that's on YouTube is probably old stuff. Okay. And that's the old stuff that
this is strictly VIP.
Yeah,
they gotta be somebody to get this.
The only thing that's available is stuff that people drummed up to try to use against me in my political campaign.
Boy.
How can this guy be governor and he made this type of music?
I mean, to me that's that's the reason why.
Right.
That's why I we started off talking about what you're doing now, but I think it's important to discuss what people have been through that they've grown out of. For one, that's an inspiration. That's you made that choice.
Right.
It proves that it takes choices.
And I know how I would receive it if I was following a candidate or a person.